let's do the news.
Yes, and we begin with good news, which is that MG is back. Sort of. What's actually happened is that the Chinese company that has bought the rights to the MG Rover name has said that it will reopen the Longbridge factory and that next year it will start making the MG TF again.
Well, hold on a minute. Aren't they going to make it in China, then take it to pieces, then ship it over here and then assemble it in Birmingham so they can say it's British? Isn't that the idea?
Yes, that's as we understand it.
But if you think about this, the Chinese, they say they're going to be investing £10 million in Longbridge, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of money if you're going to spend it on sweets. But I've done some research on this. Seriously, Mercedes spend £10 million on research alone every single day. So where's that going to go?
Well, is that, no, and they end up with cars that you might want to buy. Now, I can't think of anyone I've ever met who thinks, yes, my life would be complete if I could buy an 11-year-old sports car that's made in China and then nailed together by a bunch of blokes in Birmingham.
The thing that you're forgetting is the great affection that is felt all over the world for the traditional British sports car.
Hey, I've got big motoring news this week of my own. Bought a new family car. Very excited. I bought a second-hand Land Rover Defender, big station wagon thing. It's a special edition. It's bright yellow. They don't make it anymore, and because they don't make it anymore, they gave us a pot of yellow paint to go with it to touch out any little scratches.
Oh, yeah.
First day in it, family piled in, dog. Right, family, a new adventure in our new car. 2 miles down the road. Let's go for our first fill-up in a petrol station in our new car. Went to turn left. I looked across and saw my wife holding the pot of paint that must have pressurised in the heat or something, because everything apart from her eyes, everything was yellow. The carpet, the ceiling, all dripping off the windscreen, all yellow, looked like a teenager's mirror. It was just ruined. It just drip.
I had a family outing this week in my Ford GT. Took my son to the Fairford Air Show in Gloucestershire.
And?
It's still there.
Oh, you're joking.
Rev limiter decided that it didn't want to let the engine rev beyond 600 RPM, which isn't much. Not enough to actually make progress. Oh, now, there are some new cars that have been coming out in recent weeks. There's this new Honda Civic Type R, got a photograph there. Now, you look at that, you know that's going to be a great car to drive.
You do.
You just know by looking at it, OK? There's a new Land Rover Freelander. Again, look at that, you know it's all going to be fine. New Chrysler, it's called the Sebring, there it is. You look at that, you know it'll be rubbish.
It will be, won't it?
You know they're in trouble. They said, I was reading the details, they said there's one-page thing on that car, one page to get all the things about that car. Halfway down, they were talking about how the cup holders will chill your drink as you're driving along, and you know you're in trouble when they're talking about that.
That is desperation, isn't it? Oh, quickly, I must tell you about the Top Gear survey. This is very important. It's where you tell us about cars. Now, we can go out and drive them around and tell you how fast they are or how big the boot is, but not what they're like to live with from day to day. So, if your car is on an 03, a 53, an 04 or a 54 plate, then we want to hear from you. Whatever it is, any experiences you've had with your car or the dealership, maybe he has the manners of a baboon, write to us, we want to know about it. And you can go to the website, bbc.co.uk/Top Gear. What?
Very good, you remembered it.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's it.
Hey, now, talking of getting in touch, we had a number of people after last week's show got in touch to complain.
They did.
We had, well, I said something about a Muslim, OK? 2 complaints. You remember Jesus came last week? I talked to him. 3 complaints. We were slightly rude about caravans.
Yeah, we sort of set one on fire a bit.
150 complaints.
Seriously.
150, and lots of people are now demanding an apology.
They are. So, we really are sorry, and we promise that we will, all 3 of us, never ever go caravanning again.
No, 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 no. I'm sorry we didn't burn more caravans.
You're right, so am I. Yeah, that's true.
Right, now, I want to talk about the Porsche 911. OK, now, this is designed to be as fast as the laws of physics allow, and that's great. But it's rather a serious car. You know what I mean? It doesn't have much in the way of a sense of humour, and it's the same story with the Ferrari 430. You really don't want to sit next to someone at dinner who's got one in case he starts telling you about his 5-way traction control. There is, however, one supercar maker that's a little bit different.